Ash Tarot. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ash, and today's reading is going to be one that seems very popular amongst all of you, and that is, what is my future spouse like? Okay, now I decided to go with spouse instead of husband or wife because I want everybody to be able to watch this and to learn about who their person is. So, if you think you're going to get married to a man or get married to a woman, please, apply that as we go along. Also, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have two dogs sitting right here. I moved my room around. Oh, he just popped his head up. Hi, Wally. So I'm sorry if they kind of distract you guys, but I hope it's fine. They're just sleeping right now. It's like 8 o'clock almost, so yeah, so hopefully that doesn't get in the way or anything like that. But all right, let's get started. So this is going to be pile number 1. This is pile number 2. And this is pile number 3. So please take a moment and pick whichever pile resonates with you, and then we will get started. All right, pause the video if you need to. And we're going to start with pile number 1. Gosh. Okay, pile number 1s. Let's see what your soulmate slash I don't know why I said soulmate. how your future spouse is going to be. I knew it started with an S, and my mind automatically went to soulmate, and I was like, wait, that's not this reading. That's another reading. All right, so I guess I should start pulling them from the top. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. All right. So the first card we have here is Provoker, okay? So your spouse is going to be extremely passionate. They might have a bit of a temper, but I don't see anything like abusive or negative. And actually, when I was pulling your cards, you guys had like the best feeling cards there is. So out of all 3 piles, you guys had a much more positive feeling than the other piles. So I think you guys are going to have a very beautiful relationship with this person. So they're going to be very passionate. They're going to go for what they love in life. They might have like a sort of Aries or fire sign kind of attitude where they just go for things. They don't let things hold them back. They like to explore their passions the way they're meant to be. Like they're not going to wait, okay? If they're interested in something, they're just going to do it. They're going to go for it. So this might be somebody who is very creative. They have many hobbies. Maybe they've taken lots of classes, like I'm hearing for some of them, like acting classes, voice acting classes, music classes. It can even be something for work even, like they might have many certifications for work, or they might be really good at school. But they're like somebody, like they're very passionate about life. They're very, they're not going to hold back what they're passionate about. It's just not in their nature. And so they're going to explore everything they love. But at the same time, we have routine, okay? So this person is like very, they really enjoy their comfort. They enjoy their day-to-day life. Like, they like waking up at a certain time, brushing their teeth at a certain time, making their coffee at a certain time, having this for breakfast on Mondays and having this for breakfast on Tuesdays, like that sort of thing. But like, they don't get bored because they have like, their hobbies and stuff, and they do other things outside of their routine. But, they prefer to be like in their comfort zone. They prefer to be, even if they go out and chase things, it's not something that's like necessarily out of their comfort zone because it's something they really want, if that makes any sense. And so then they can come home and they always know like, okay, I'm going to come home and my house is going to look like this, and I'm going to go to bed at this time, or I can eat this and this and this, and I can watch Netflix until this time. Like, like they understand their schedule. They set their schedule. They might also have some Virgo energy in there as well, I'm kind of feeling, or also some Libra energy. I'm getting Libra as well. But yeah, like they definitely they have like a really good balance of life, you know, like I feel like they really enjoy the mundane, but they also enjoy mixing things up as long as it's within their interest. We also have revolution, okay? So this is somebody who's really going to help you see different aspects in life. They're really going to help you notice many things that you haven't been able to notice before. They're going to help you learn life lessons and help you solve problems. I feel like when you meet them, you're like, it's going to be revolutionary for you more than them, because I feel like perhaps some of you don't really have balance in your life, or perhaps like something's holding you back and some of you feel scared. Now, only take what applies to you because this is a general reading, so I'm trying to cover everything for everybody. But yeah, I feel like this person's either going to help you kind of get out of your comfort zone in a safe way, or they're going to teach you that you can mix up life and enjoy different things while still being in your comfort zone and while still being comfortable in your routine and that sort of thing. Okay, so I feel like they're going to be very healthy for you. They're going to help you figure out how you can balance so many different aspects in your life. I feel like your love life also might end up getting pretty routine as well once you two get married. Like, you might have a certain date night where you go out, or like, you know, certain times where you have sex. Like maybe every Friday night is adult night or whatever. You guys go out with friends together every weekend or something a little bit more routine. But they still try to make it spicy for you, because, you know, they don't want you to get bored and they don't want to get bored either. And like, I'm not saying like if you're like a vanilla person, I'm not going to say like, oh, they're going to make you do BDSM or anything like that. But they're definitely going to like make sure like, you know, like maybe one weekend they give you roses and the next weekend they give you lilies, or, you know, like even if it's not even flowers, it's sort of like that kind of thing where they always kind of mix it up a little bit. Like they'll get you different kinds of chocolates, or I do feel like this person is more of a romantic, or like, you know, they'll cook different dinners for you or something like that. But they'll definitely do what you like, okay? So if you don't like receiving roses or chocolates, or, you know, like things, kind of cheesy things like that, then they'll do whatever you want them to do. So like, don't worry. Don't be like, oh, she said roses and chocolates. Like, it's just an example. All right, we have watch your words, okay? So I feel like this person probably talks a lot, and they probably don't mean to. Like, I don't feel like they're mean-spirited in any sort of way. Like, it might accidentally slip. Like, they just might, like, enjoy conversing with people. And if you're like, oh, like, if you tell them something like, oh, I can't stand my mom, and then they, like, call your brother and they talk to your brother, they're like, oh, like, why does so-and-so, like, why she can't stand her mom? And your like, maybe your figurative brother's like, what do you mean? You know, like, it's like that kind of thing. Like, they don't really think before they speak sometimes. But I also think at the same time, like, they're also kind of sensitive. Like, even if they don't show it on their sleeves, because I'm not getting too much water here. Like, we have more astrology cards coming, so who knows? But you know, like, they might take your words a little too seriously. Or they might take your words to heart, okay? So, you know, they might be somebody who, like, you probably can't be very harsh with. You know, it seems like they're, like, more of a softer kind of person, though they're, like, really, like, out there, go-getter. They enjoy having fun. They enjoy balance and things like that. You know, like, even if they have, like, let's say, like, Virgo and Capricorn in their chart, and, like, Aries and stuff like that, you know, everybody has feelings, you know? Okay, so, and it just depends on what their moon sign is and their other signs as well. So just, like, keep that in mind. We also have Frog Spirit, which is clear out the clutter. So I feel like this person has very healthy people in their life. They probably it probably wasn't always that way. They probably had to work very hard to get out of toxic situations. I'm hearing karmic situations as well. You know, so they might have had a really rough childhood, or just like a really hard time making friends, or, you know, maybe they were in an abusive relationship or something of the sort, or maybe not at all. Maybe it could even be physical as well. Like, you know, they have a really hard time, like, throwing things away. Like, maybe they're very nostalgic, or they they just love keeping things. And so they've had to teach themselves how to kind of like, start donating things and things like that. And but I feel like now they're at like a very healthy point. By the time you meet them, they're at a very healthy point where they understand what kind of relationships are very healthy for them. And they understand how to keep healthy relationships, and they also know how to keep their space in their area clean and healthy as well. This to me, like, I still feel like this is an Aries card as well, and we have Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. This just screams Aries to me. It's because I had an Aries friend, and every time I would do a reading for her, like a card like this would pop up. But yeah, so life is speeding up. It's so funny because this person like balances things very well. Like, they love being at home, and they love doing their own thing at home and chilling and being in routine, but they also love going through life at an amazing rate and an amazing speed. Like, they just enjoy like going out and adventuring and doing things and traveling even. I'm hearing traveling for some of you. Maybe you even meet this person while traveling. I also feel like this is a message where Spirit is letting you know, like, they're going to come into your life like that. They're going to come in your life very, very quickly. And it might even catch you by surprise. You might be like, whoa, where is this person coming from? Or your relationship might move very quickly as well. Like, maybe you guys skip friends, you just meet and start dating or something like that. Like, maybe even meet on Tinder, I don't know. But, we also have memories of the forgotten self, okay? So they're going to help you remember like who you really are. They're going to help you remember your inner child. And like who you're meant to be, right? So like when we're born on this earth, we always have like a default sense of self, even if we cannot like recognize it because we're babies, right? So, like we come to earth with like the default of what we chose to be before we came to earth. And as we grow, like we are influenced by outside forces, and that can be parents, that can be friends, that can be teachers, that can be bullies, that can be people we've dated, it can be anything. It can even be yourself. It can be TV shows. It can be like literally anything can influence you. And we change so much as we grow up, and we go through so many phases, and we meet so many different people, and so in a sense, like our basic selves, like who our true selves are, can get lost very easily. And I feel like this person kind of like coaxes, is that a thing? Coaxes? They coax it, there we go. They coax it out of you. And they help you remember who your true self was. And especially if you went through a really difficult time and you're like, oh, I can't remember who I am anymore. Like especially if you dealt with like depression, and then you're like, oh, like I don't feel joy anymore. I don't enjoy my hobbies anymore. Or like, I don't know who I am anymore. Like this person is going to come in, and they're going to really help remind you like who you are, what your morals are, how much of a beautiful person you are. Like they want to draw the beauty out of you. I also feel like this card is also saying that you have had a past life with this person as well, perhaps even many, which you don't remember because it does say forgotten self, forgotten memories. Oh, memories of the forgotten self. There we go. So, like perhaps if you feel so if you feel like you're gravitating towards this person for no reason, and you're like, why? Well, it's because of that. It's because you've had many past lives with them and you just don't remember. We have make a wish. So this person's like a wish for you. You guys might have been manifesting this person. This person is like literally your ideal person, your dream person, your dream spouse. So like if you have like in your head, like, oh, I want them to be like tall, dark, and handsome, or like I want them to do these things for me and love me this way and understand me this way, like this person's gonna be it. They're gonna be able to do all of that. Like you guys are literally like made for each other basically. And now I don't want to say like, oh, like twin flame or like soulmate or anything like that quite yet. But you two are definitely cut from the same cloth, whereas you understand each other so well, and you're able to pull the very positive parts out of each other and create a beautiful life together. We also have born with a gift, okay? So this person can be very psychic, or they can be very empathic. So they might know what you're thinking before like you're really thinking it, or they might know exactly what you're feeling. You two might also have some sort of connection where you talk telepathically. Even if you don't know it, you guys might dream about each other. I definitely do think they dream about you. They're definitely an old soul. You can see this woman is holding an egg. I don't know if you can see very well. And there's like a keyhole in it. Okay, so I feel like she's kind of protecting something. She's kind of protecting some kind of secret or some kind of wisdom. We also have crows in the background. I mean, they could be ravens, but I'm going to say they're crows. And crows are like the symbol of pure magic, okay? So this person's very magical, and so they might they might dabble in magic. Like maybe they're a Wiccan or a witch, or they're also a tarot reader, or maybe they're like pretty psychic. But also, I feel like for some of you, like this person's just a really old soul, so they have so much information that they keep inside of them, even if they don't know it. So they might just know how to do things without like having to think about it too much, or like they understand how the world works or how people works and things like that. So they're very wise, they're very, very knowledgeable, and I feel like they're going to help you quite a bit because this person, they might physically be older than you. But also I feel like their soul is just older than you, okay? So even though you've had past lives together, I feel like their soul is a little bit more advanced than yours. And that's why they were put on this earth, to kind of help you a little bit. We also have, your dreams need a practical plan, okay? So your person is really extremely practical. They also might have a Taurus moon or Taurus in their chart as well. They're very grounded, they're very practical. They understand how things work and how they don't work. And they understand what they need to be doing in life as well. Like, you know, they're not somebody who's like, oh, like, you know, I'm going to drop everything and move to Hollywood and, you know, become the next James Dean. Like, you know, they're not like that at all. They're very practical. They understand that they need like they probably make lists, and they probably have like a step system. Like, okay, I'm going to do this in my work, and then I'm going to get this certification, and then I'm going to try to get this promotion, and then I'm going to do this. And then, you know, like they understand that, they understand the meaning of hard work. What is he doing? Lay down. Go back to bed. And then we also have luck is on your side, okay? So I definitely do think you're kind of manifesting this person. You've really wanted this person in your life for quite a while. And so like the universe is telling you like, yes, get it. Like they're coming very soon. I'm sorry if I hit the mic. I also feel like this person's very fair. And so like they're going to be very fair to you during fights. And this is the card of Sagittarius, so they may also have Sagittarius somewhere in their chart. And they're very abundant. Like they attract abundance and they attract luck. And they worked very hard for it, okay? So they might be a very powerful manifester. But, okay, he went back to bed. I knew it. I could hear his little paws like walking around my room. So, you know, your person might be a very powerful manifester as well. Let's see what Tarot has to say. I do want to say that this is a very old deck, and it's very like messed up, like just because I've used it so much, and so it's a little difficult for me to shuffle it. I really need to retire it, so I'm saving up for a new tarot deck. But please, like, do not make fun of my shuffling, okay? Like somebody did that and it like traumatized me. So okay, people who pick pile number 1, what is their spouse like? Okay. Who picked pile number 1? What is their spouse like? Ooh. Oh, that gave me a few. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, we have Two of Pentacles here. So your spouse is definitely very good at balancing things. They really love balancing the relationship. They want the relationship to be very fair for the both of you. They're very good at balancing finances as well. So like if you're worried, like for me, I grew up in a home where like, you know, like my parents were not good with finances at all. So something that concerns me greatly is always like just needing to find somebody who's good at finances. And like this person's really good at finances. They might have an accountant, sorry. They might have an accountant. They budget very well. They pay their bills on time, that sort of thing. They are pretty emotional. We have Queen of Cups in reverse. They're pretty emotional, but they don't let it come to the surface. They don't let it show. So again, with like that parrot card that came out that said, watch your words, like, you know, you could probably hurt them and never know, okay? Because they push it so deep down. So you sort of probably need to like watch their facial expressions or figure out what does hurt them so you can try to avoid that as well, because I don't feel like they're gonna do that. We have Four of Swords here. Okay, so like they have felt very defeated in the past about something. And I feel like, again, like they've had a very difficult time in some sort of relationship or aspect to their life. So again, it could have been like the way they grew up. It could have been a past relationship. It could be a friendship, that sort of thing. So I feel like when you meet this person, they might be kind of docile, or they might kind of back out if like things start getting too serious, because I feel like they're going to be kind of scared, but they're going to come around for sure. Then we have King of Cups in reverse. I'm sorry, that's really interesting. We have both Queen and King of Cups in reverse. I feel like they have a lot of wisdom. They have a lot of emotional wisdom. They have a lot of supernatural wisdom as well. But they don't really listen to it. Like they don't really tap into it. They don't really listen to it. They don't really listen to their intuition either, and they don't listen to their emotions. So basically, like they're kind of, when you meet them, they're going to be kind of like shut down a little bit. So they might be kind of like emotionally unavailable. But they definitely don't really listen to like their guides or anything like that once you meet them with this card here in the reverse. And they don't listen to their emotions, and they don't listen to their heart, because then we also have the Hanged Man in reverse, okay? So like they really need to see something from a different perspective, and I feel like that's not really gonna like come to light until they meet you. I feel like once they meet you, they'll see a different perspective in life. I just want to clarify something here. Why is the King of Cups here? Why is the King of Cups here? Okay, yeah. Like, they're just kind of, like, emotionally shut down right now. You have the Nine of Cups. So, this card in this deck is the card of needing rest, having worked too hard or spread yourself too thin, and just needing a time out for a moment because you are too overwhelmed, okay? So I definitely feel like by the time you meet this person, like, they are just, like, so spread thin. They are so exhausted with life. They really need to see life from a different perspective. They're very shut down emotionally. And now, like, it doesn't mean like they're going to be like this forever. I feel like once you meet them, they're going to start kind of coming out of it, because you're going to give them a new perspective of life. You're going to give them something to love again, and you're going to pretty much show them, like, you know, things are okay, things are wonderful, life is beautiful, that sort of stuff. Let me pull one of these for you. People who pick pile number 1. What is their spouse like? What is their spouse like? Sometimes it's better to stand on your own 2 feet, tall and strong like a tree. Take a walk in a forest to become inspired like a tree. You could stand alone while standing together. Okay, so like, right, like this person, they're definitely very independent. They really love their independence very much. And so maybe it might be a bit of an adjustment for them to get used to like somebody being in their life. They might be really surprised that somebody wants to be in their life. They might be like, oh my God, like, really? We also have, if you're feeling hurt or left in the cold, then it's time to move on from the situation or person. I feel like this is kind of like their energy right now. This Hanged Man in reverse energy and this Nine of Cups energy, I feel like that's just coming through because that's how they're feeling right now. So they may have gotten out of a long-term relationship, gotten out of some kind of abuse or that sort of thing, but they're definitely trying to clear the clutter out of their life with, as we saw with the Frog Spirit card. So that's what they're going through right now, but definitely like when you guys marry each other and like get together, like it's going to be a very wonderful, beautiful, and balanced relationship. Okay. All right, that's all I have for pile number 1. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, all that jazz. If you would like a personal reading, my email is down below and you can ask for my rates. I usually charge $1 per minute. And I do video readings, okay? So I charge an extra $5 to like upload the video, to get everything out, to get my setup out and edit it a little bit and things like that. So like a 30-minute reading is going to be $35 and so on and so forth. So just email me down below if you're interested in that, and I can send you like a whole chart of my rates and things like that as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what your future spouse is like. We're going to start with the oracle cards today. So to begin with, we have Roots. We have Owning. This is my Illuminati card. Maybe they're in the Illuminati. No, I'm joking. And then we have Sagittarius, which is icy, so they also might be Sagittarius. And then we have Missing. So right off the bat, I kind of feel like, okay, please keep in mind that this is his general reading, and so if something doesn't apply to all of you, or if you feel like nothing of this applies to you at all, you can go check another pile or another video even. But just try to take what resonates with you, because I'm trying to read everybody at once. So I feel like most of you already know who this person is, and you may have dated them, or you may have been friends with them, or grew up with them. With the Missing card here, I feel like you guys have had some kind of breakup, some kind of falling out, or you don't really talk to them anymore, or you already know who this person is, but you're not in contact. Okay, so this could even be like, I'm gonna throw out the T word. You know, this might be twin flame, this might be soulmate, this might be karmic. Not all relationships are karmic or soulmate or twin flame, but I do think that this definitely is probably more karmic or twin flame than soulmate. So this can also be somebody who's kind of like in and out of your life as well, or somebody you're just really missing right now. I feel like you know who this person is, and you're really missing them. And if you don't know who this person is, then I feel like you have a sense of like what kind of person you want in your life, and maybe you're feeling really lonely because you're like, oh, I'm so desperately single. Like, I hate being single. I hate sleeping alone at night. You know, if that's the case for you, then that's definitely coming through here with Missing. But your person is they probably do have Sagittarius in their chart, or I'm also seeing Capricorn for some of you. It can also be like fire and earth as well. And we have Roots here as well. Okay, so this makes me think that you know this person, that you probably went to school with them or grew up with them. They might be a family friend, or like a co-worker, or like somebody. Like, they might have come from where you come from, okay? So like, let's see, even if you live abroad and like, let's say you live in Japan and you're from America, then they might also be from America, or they might be from the same state as you, or the same province or the same town. I definitely do think you're going to find them where you grew up or where you lived. I feel like this person may have also been raised the same exact way you have, and that's why you both connect so well. And again, you could have been raised together. This person's really financially stable. They're really financially abundant. They make a lot of money. They know how to make money. And they don't like to owe people either. They work really hard for their money, and they know their place as well. And I also feel like they see things the way people don't really see them. Like, they have a very creative and interesting sort of mindset with Sagittarius here. They also might be somebody who just enjoys travel and they just want to see the world. This is somebody who, like, if you didn't grow up with them, or like you don't know who they are, then they definitely have like the same kind of background as you have. They might work in the same exact industry as you do, or they might have the same exact religion if you practice a certain religion. There's something to do with roots, okay? So it's sort of like something that it's like they have the same foundation as you have, okay? So whatever your foundation is, they have a very similar one. So like, that can even be as anything from like hobbies to like family life to religion to upbringing. It can be really anything. It depends on the person. So I'm going to allow you to decide that for yourself. But let's move on here. Oh, I don't want to pull those cards yet. Sorry, guys. These pumpkins are so flimsy, and I'm just I'm always trying to like fix them up. All right, we have Whale Spirit, which is trust the great mystery. Very interesting. We have Scarab Beetle Spirit, magic works through you. Then we have Crow Spirit, which is co-create with spirit. Okay, one of you are manifestors and you're manifesting the other. Or maybe both of you are manifesting each other. It's so weird because even though I pulled this as like, what is your future spouse? Like, I feel more like it's your energy coming through. So I feel like you already know. And if you don't know, then maybe like go check out a different pile. This reading isn't for you, but I feel like most of you know who this person is. If you didn't grow up with them, then you have like some sort of idea of who they are. And so right now you're just trying to manifest them, right? And so a part of you is like, I don't know if this person's going to come into my life, but this spirit's saying like, you need to trust the great mystery because like life is crazy. You never know what's going to happen. Like if you want to marry Tom Cruise, you could marry Tom Cruise. I mean, like, I mean, if Scientology is your thing, but yeah, and then magic works through you, and then we also have co-create with spirit. So all of these are magical cards. These are cards of manifestation. These are cards of bringing things out of the astral realm, into the physical realm. Okay, so this is what you're doing. You are creating your Franken person. Like you're like, okay, I know what I want. And I'm gonna get it. And the universe is like, yes, ma'am. Okay, so, like whoever you're trying to call in, you're gonna marry them. Okay, you are gonna marry them. Whoever you're missing right now, whoever you're thinking of, I know this person has probably already popped into your head since we started. So, or maybe you even thought of them while picking this. Okay, but they are coming. All right, and they're gonna come in divine timing. So if you're wondering like, oh, like I've been trying to manifest them, I've been thinking about them, I've been dreaming about them, like where's my person? The universe is asking you to wait a little bit, okay? Like everything is a mystery, but you're gonna get it, and you're just gonna get it in divine timing, all right? But you definitely need to keep whatever you're doing, keep doing it, okay? So if you're trying to manifest this person, if you're using specific techniques, you keep doing it. Even if you're not, if you're like daydreaming about them or thinking about them a lot, just keep doing it. Because the more you co-create with spirit, the stronger it will happen. And I'm not saying like if you stop and like, oh, you're magical powers will be weak and nothing good will happen. Like, no, it'll still happen either way. Because I feel like this is really meant to be. However, it's just like you want it so badly, like you're manifesting it more and more. And that's going to help you quite a bit. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we have be still for a while. Oh, be still a while. Whoops. This is a nice Christmassy card, don't you think? I like how you can see the torii in the background. The red gate. Beautiful. Alright, and the fox is also wearing a kimono. So this is telling me that your person, first of all, they might just enjoy winter time, like, and also you can meet them in the winter time too, because like right now when I'm filming this, I mean, this is timeless, of course, but right now it is October, so you could meet them in November, December, January, February, wherever it's snowy where you're at, so you might meet them in a snowy place. But I feel like, you know, they probably just really love the wintertime, or they're definitely the kind of person that likes to quiet their mind. So they like to go out in nature, but they also enjoy the finer things in life as well. So like they might not be a person that's like, oh, I'm gonna like go hike Mount Everest and I'm gonna go bike riding for 20 hours and I'm gonna go fishing all day and you know, like that kind of stuff. I feel like there's somebody that kind of enjoys glamping. So like if they go camping, they might bring a trailer, or you know, like they'll go for like nice walks, but they probably won't go for hikes or something like that, you know. But I do feel like they really enjoy nature and they enjoy being out in nature, and nature kind of calls to them, okay? So they're the kind of person that, like, if they're stressed out, if they don't know what to do in life, if they're feeling very lost, they like to clear their mind, and they'll just go out and take a walk and like sit and listen to the birds and watch the squirrels and the deer and that sort of thing. If you live in a city, they might like to just go to the park, or they might like to visit gardens and things like that. We have Shadow Dancer, okay? So this person reflects your shadow side and your shadow self, okay? You guys are a mirror of each other. So when you meet this person, they might trigger you some. Just because they bring up things that you never thought you had to deal with, and vice versa for them as well. So there might be some kind of disagreements, there might be some kind of fights, but like, you know, like when people say that, I feel like it sounds scarier than it really is. Like I was friends with somebody who mirrored me very well and was basically my shadow self, and we got along pretty well for most of it. You know, we just dealt like with things like as an adult. Like of course there were many things, like we were complete opposite people, and there were many things where like we just didn't quite really agree on or couldn't see eye to eye on, and we would just talk it out, you know, like it wasn't bad at all. And I don't feel like it should be bad, and I don't think it will be, because I don't have any negative vibes from this reading at all. Like I've had readings in the past where I was like, ooh, like maybe you shouldn't be manifesting that person. Like, but no, I feel like this person's going to be really good for you. They're going to help you grow as a person. They're going to help you learn. And they're really going to help bring that shadow side out of yourself so you can like face it and grow as a person and be more comfortable in your own skin. We also have Beauty of Age, okay? So this person might be much older than you, or maybe you're older than them, or you've known them for a really long time, okay? But like the longer you know this person, like the more beautiful they're going to become. So you guys might even be friends first and things like that. And then we have Follow the Signs. So again, I feel like you're just like manifesting this person so much to the point where like I can't even get too much about their personality because you're manifesting them so much. It's just coming through so strongly. So follow the signs. If you see numbers on the clock, like I was gonna say 666, and I was like, wait a minute, but like 1111, 1212, 222, 333, that kind of thing. You can literally look up like 222 angel numbers, okay, or angel number rather, and just kind of like look up the message from there. If you see repeating numbers, you don't even have to see it on the clock. It can be on receipts, it can be on license plates, it can be on anything. So just keep your eyes out for that. This card is actually card 44, okay? So you guys might be seeing 444 a lot, or 44, or you guys might be seeing fours. And so 444, the meaning of 444 is that you're being guided and you're being protected, okay? So again, I feel like this is like a reminder to you of like the universe saying, or like whatever you believe in is saying, like, don't worry, I hear you, We're leading you to this person. We got your back, okay? Show the world the real you. So this person is just like truly their authentic self. They can't not be themselves. And so, you know, maybe they've been bullied when they were younger, or like people think they're kind of weird, but you know, like they know that they can't go in life not being themselves. They feel like they have to be themselves. Because like, what's the point, you know? What's the point if I can't? And then we also have time to take action, okay? So like, there's somebody that like, they don't stay stagnant in life. They keep going, they keep moving. So they might have Aries or Aquarius in their chart, because we have Aries and Aquarius here. So they're definitely somebody who, like, you know, they don't take advantage of anything in life. I feel like they have learned to appreciate everything, especially with the be still for a while card. You know, they really learned how to appreciate everything in life, from like waking up in the morning to like having a certain meal to like listening to the birds. But they also want to keep going. They want to keep evolving. They want to evolve as their self. They want to, they definitely take action. Okay. So also this person might come up to you, or they might ask you out first. Okay. They might be the first one. And then we also have believe in the possible. So again, I feel like this is another message for you, that this person is coming. And I also kind of feel like they know you're coming as well. And they also might be manifesting you if you're not the one manifesting them. So then this is a message for them. Of course, like, just take whatever resonates. And we also have emotions are running high. Okay. So again, I feel like this is probably more of a message for you, that if you're getting really frustrated or upset because this person is not in your life yet, like, don't worry about it. They're coming, and they're going to come in their own time when they're ready. Like, I feel like they still have some self-work they kind of have to do before you two can meet. But once you do, it's going to be very beautiful and very amazing. So let's just ask Tarot. I know I shuffle weird, guys. Like, please don't comment about it. You hurt my feelings. All right, so people who picked pile number 2, what is their future spouse like? People who picked pile number 2, what is your future spouse like? Ooh. Okay. What is their future spouse like? All right, we got some big cards. Then we have 8 of Cups on the bottom. I'll keep that one here. Okay. First off, we have 2 major arcana. We have the Star, which is one of my favorite cards to get. And we also have Strength, okay? So I feel like your person, okay, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. We also have 9 of Swords. Make sure you can see everything. We have 9 of Swords. We have 5, 6, 7 of Cups in reverse. Your person really needs to go out and have some fun. Like, I feel like they're just too stressed out. And then we have King of Swords. Okay, so your person, your person has been through it. Okay, your person, I didn't know I did that. Sorry, I edged my deck and I just realized that I got it all over this card. Okay, it's fine. That's what I like about these cards. I can just rub stuff off of them. So like, your person definitely has been through it. They've been through the grinder. They're feeling exhausted. They might have been trying to achieve something for a really long time, and they feel like they've been like knocked down over and over. They feel like attacked. They feel like perhaps somebody in their life is kind of abusive or kind of like manipulating them or controlling them a little bit. But I feel like they're about to get out of this energy, okay? Like they've been really strong about it. They've been really positive about it. Like they know with this Seven of Cups in reverse, I feel like they understand that they're in a very bad situation. They understand here with the King of Swords that they're just being too closed off. They're being shut off like emotionally. And they're allowing their mind, their rational mind to kind of take over a little bit because they can't really deal with things emotionally right now. They understand they need to get into a better space where they can like kind of like live their life and feel a lot better as well. And they're kind of like protecting their heart here, as you can see. But I also feel like they're kind of like training their, I feel like this woman is like training her dragon. So if you know, she's strong enough to train the dragon, and then eventually she's just going to like ride it off in the sunset. And then we also have the sun and the moon here on her shoulders, okay? So I feel like this person is like trying to be strong every day, every night. It might be worse for them at nighttime. Again, isn't it worse for most of us at nighttime? Nighttime is just like perfect for like overthinking. But yeah, like your person's definitely like not in a really good place like right now. They're trying to escape, but we have the star here, okay? So this is telling me that they're manifesting their escape. They're manifesting something very beautiful for themselves. And maybe the star here is you. It could represent you. But like, you know, I don't think it is. I think it's like a job offer or something of the sort. Because we do have the 5, 6, 7, 8. We have the 8 of Cups here, okay? And so, like, opportunities are being presented to this person, but it's not what they want. They feel like it's not going to help them enough. It's not going to change things. And so they're sort of like sitting up there waiting for a different opportunity. And so they're trying to manifest that right now. And that's going to come in, I feel like, even in their near future. I feel like it can happen to them in 7 to 9 days to 7 to 9 weeks, okay? But yeah, I feel like that's just kind of what they're focusing on right now. How is their personality going to be when they're with you? Ooh. How is their personality going to be? That's a lot better. Too many cards. Let's do 1 to 3 at a time, please. How are they going to be when they're with you? Okay. This is so weird. What is on the bottom? Sorry, just give me a second, please. Okay, I think you're going to help them realize that they're kind of trapping themselves in some sort of situation. And it's all in their head, and they have the ability to sort of get out of whatever negative things they're kind of going through. I also feel like you're going to like show them how unhappy they are. And you're basically just gonna like mirror, like you're the mirror for them to like realize how unhappy they are and how much work they need to do for themselves. And you're gonna help them here with the Hangman, and then the Sun in reverse. You're really gonna help like show them like, oh, like they're going to be able to think like, is this the kind of life I want to live? Like, do I really want to continue being like this? Is this really what I want in life? And they're going to be like, no, like, you know, you're going to help them see like a new perspective. And you're going to help them kind of get out of this energy. But this is something they need to do themselves. But you're able to help them through that. And you're also going to show them that they're not balancing things very well. They're just taking on too many things at one time. They're overwhelming themselves. It's not very well for them, and things aren't going very well for them. And so they're going to be like, shit, like I need to get out of this energy. I need to like slither out of these swords and like free myself, you know, because I've been like, you know, like for me, like this is this is a snake that's like, okay, like I want a nice sunbathing spot, and the sun was like shining right on those swords, so he's like, I'm just gonna get up up here and like enjoy the sun, but it's uncomfortable, but I want to be in the sun. And then the sun leaves, and then they're like, oh man, I'm stuck, but they're not. Like, it's a snake, just like fall down. I don't know. Like, does that make any sense? Like, they've kind of imprisoned themselves a little bit, and you're going to help them kind of realize that, and you're going to help them get out of it. So, also, let's see. People who picked number 2, what is their future spouse going to be like? Okay, sometimes the best way to deal with a problem is to turn to love. Now is the time to welcome friends, family, and partners into your life. Yeah, so like you're gonna help them figure everything out. You're gonna help them get their life together. You're gonna help them like realize how miserable they are, and I feel like they're really gonna turn their life around, and they're gonna open up to you, and they're gonna start working on a better, happier, and healthier life. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and comment down below, all that jazz. Also, if you would like a personal reading, my email is down below. I usually charge $1 per minute, and then because it's a video reading, I charge $5 for the setup, for the editing, for the upload time. So, you know, if you want like a 30-minute reading, it's going to be $35. And, you know, I take many different things. So if you don't want to pay for with PayPal, there's other options as well. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Okay, for those of you who picked pile number 3, let's see how your future spouse is going to be like. Let's start with these. What is he doing? Okay, so I don't know why I turned that over like that. First we have life's debts. Okay, so you may have karmic situations or energies with this person. I feel like this person is mainly here for karmic reasons, which can happen. So you also might have had a past life with this person, or they might just be dealing with a lot of karma. We have Saturn, which is truth, okay? So a part of their mission in this life is to search for the truth. So they could be in a science field, or they could even be somebody who is like an advocate for nature or animals or mental health or racism, that kind of thing. Like, you know, like they just try to advocate. Is that the right word? Activist. There we go. Like they might be an activist. I feel like they might be an activist. They might be vegan. They might be like a crystal child or an indigo child. But they're definitely like trying to find truth. So it could even be like their own truth, their own self-truth. So maybe like they're even in like psychology or psychiatry, or maybe they do a lot of self-reflecting and things like that. We have friends here, okay? So they might be a friend of yours, or you guys are probably going to be friends before you get married if you already don't know who this person is. Sorry, let me move these for a second. I don't know why suddenly I'm like running out of breath. I'm like, ooh. I didn't even do anything. We also have water element, which is sensing, okay? So I feel like this person is very empathetic, and you know, they're probably an empath, or they really understand facial expressions and emotions and like tone of voice and that sort of thing. I feel like they're very good at figuring out what you're feeling, even if you don't really know or if you don't tell them. I also feel like they're just very compassionate as well. I feel like they're a very compassionate soul. They also might have a lot of water in their chart. So, you know, like Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, that sort of thing. And then we also have increase here, okay? Which is part of fortune, which reminds me of Wheel of Fortune, okay, from Tarot. So I feel like this person's definitely dealing with so much karmic stuff in this life. Like they're definitely here to like fix some karmic things that they did not finish in another life. But I also feel like they attract a lot of fortune as well. They attract a lot of abundance, and they're very divinely guided. That's what I'm hearing. Like, they're very heavily divinely guided. So they really have like some kind of mission in their life that they're really divinely guided to do. And they're very passionate about, probably. Like, you'll probably know on the first date. I remember now. Okay, this made me laugh because we have otter spirit and then we also have beaver spirit. So otter spirit is you are never alone. So I feel like this person is probably very social. They have many friends, or if they don't, then they're definitely very in touch with their higher self and their divine guides, or whatever religion they practice. They're probably really involved in that as well. But I feel like they're probably really involved with people. They might have a very loving family. They might have very loving friends. And they're definitely going to have an extremely loving relationship with you. Like, this otter is literally in the shape of a heart. Otters are literally one of my favorite animals because they are just so loving and they have such a good sense of community and a good sense of home. And then we have beaver spirit. And it just like tickled my fancy that we got both otter and beaver spirit here. And this one is lay a solid foundation, okay? So your person is an extremely hard worker. If they're very young right now, then they're definitely trying to like lay the foundation for like a wonderful, successful life. And I feel like they kind of want to lay foundations down for other people as well. So I feel like they might even be in social work or something like that. Like, I definitely feel like this is somebody who's very empathetic and they probably want to help people. If not, then they're really focused on themselves, and they're probably going to be focused on their friends or family as well. And maybe even you in the future. But I definitely do think they're an extremely hard worker. They could even be like a builder. Like, they could build like actual dams or like homes or things like that. Maybe they build homes for people in need. I'm hearing that for some of you. Please do keep in mind that this is a general reading. So if something that does not resonate with you, just take what does. Or if nothing has resonated with you, you can go pick another pile or watch a different video, because I know there's tons of videos out there. But, I'm trying to read for everybody here. So, yeah, so for, like, you guys, I feel like your person's just, like, they're definitely planning for their future. They're planning for their retirement. They're planning, if you guys are going to have kids, maybe they're already planning about sending their kids to college, depending on where you live, or, like, their future as well. They're trying to figure out what they want to do. They're trying to save money in the bank, that kind of thing. They just really want to be stable. We also have electric eel spirit, which is bring your ideas to life. Okay, so they're a very powerful manifester. They think about things very deeply. I feel like they have a very good imagination, and they really want to bring that to life. It can also be in the sense, like, quite literally, where, like, again, like they could be like a scientist, or I don't remember if I said scientist for this one yet. They could be a scientist, or like they could be a writer or an artist or a singer, somebody who literally brings their art to life. Maybe even an actor. But I do feel like they really want to bring their ideas in the world. Like, they can really change the world, and they know that, and they really want to like work on that. And we also have armadillo spirit, which is set healthy boundaries. So, like, this person, like maybe in the past they were like too nice and they got pushed around quite a bit. So they are learning how to set healthy boundaries. But at the same time, I feel like your guys' relationship is going to be very healthy, okay? So if you're a person that, like, you had a hard time setting boundaries in the past, or like you were worried about boundaries for some reason, this is a message to you saying that, like, you guys are going to set very healthy boundaries, and your relationship, it's going to be very wonderful. It's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be very healthy. We have a lot of green cards here, which to me is like signifying like really healthy, beautiful relationships. Also, we have a lot of blue as well. Okay, so they might have like a lot of earth or a lot of water in their chart. Again, I just feel like they're really empathic, which I feel like almost everybody's been empathic so far. Oh, we have another water card here. So we have threshold protection. Okay, so this person is really going to want to protect you, okay? So, like, they want to protect you from bad things in the world. They want you to only be happy. They don't want you to ever be sad. And because of this, they might also, like, sometimes mask their own emotions and maybe not, like, always be truthful with their own emotions, because they don't want to worry you as well. I feel like they have a history of protecting many other people. So they might protect their family, like their mother or their father or siblings, or they might protect some people they really love. But I feel like they kind of put that first, okay? We also have past lives here, which, as I said before, I feel like you guys have definitely had a past life with each other, and maybe you were even married in a past life together, which is why you're married in this life, because you guys seem so familiar with each other. So if you meet this person, you're like, oh, like, why am I so drawn to them? It's because you've already had a life with them, and you probably already had a relationship with them as well. We have a time to walk alone, okay? So this is somebody who's very independent, and they sort of feel like they're on their path alone. And even when they marry you, I feel like they're still gonna feel that way as well. Like, you know, you might understand everything they're going through and things like that, but they feel like it's something only they can do on their own, okay? So I feel like this is like a message from Spirit saying, like, when this person goes through these things, don't take it personally, okay? Because it's not you, it's just them. It's like how they're feeling in their soul, in their heart. This is something they want to do. This is something they started. This is their walk of life, and they want you to join them, but sometimes they just need to do things alone, okay? So this person, you know, they might enjoy a lot of time at home. They might enjoy long walks. They might go camping for a very long time, things like that. You know, I feel like for a lot of you, they really enjoy nature, all right? They also might seclude themselves a little bit while they're working on art, if they're an artist and things like that. So I'm also hearing, like, if they probably don't text a whole lot, and they probably don't call a whole lot. So if you're wondering, like, oh, like, I like this person, but they never text me, like, do they like me back? Like, it has nothing to do with whether they like you or not. That's just kind of how they are. And so you might want to take that into consideration as well. We have a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, so definitely they're working on personal issues right now. They definitely have some sort of mission that they want to achieve, and I feel like it's kind of caused them some sort of like mental anguish or mental problems. And so I feel like soon that is going to be something that they're going to figure out. We also have a win-win outcome in the forecast. Okay, so I think, like, this person's a really fair person. And whatever they're working on, I feel like they're going to win at it. But at the same time, when this comes to a relationship, I feel like the relationship is just going to be very balanced and very fair and very just, okay? It's not going to be one of those things where it's like they're going to leave to go camping and you're going to have to do all the chores and cooking and this and that. Or something like that. Like, even if they don't go camping, you know, like, they're not going to leave for days on end, or they're not going to, like, abandon you and not do anything. You know, I feel like they're going to do their share of the chores, they're going to do their share of the cooking, and they're going to pull the emotional weight that they need to pull, okay? Like, they're going to make sure the relationship is very balanced. Because, again, like, this person is like a humanitarian, okay? Like, they love humanity, they love animals, they love the planet, and they love you. And so they're really going to go out of their way to show it if they can. And I feel like you two are going to balance each other out very well. So whatever your love language is, their love language is probably very similar or the same. And we also have the end of a tough cycle approaches, okay? So I feel like once you come into their life, they're going to feel like they're ending one cycle, and then they're going to go, I'm sorry, I hope this makes sense. I don't know why I'm like, my brain is thinking too fast. There's no time limit I need to reach. I don't know why I'm talking so fast. Okay, so when they meet you, they're going to feel like there's an end of a cycle in their life that's going on, okay? And so this might be, for them, maybe it was hard being alone or walking alone so much. And while they'll probably go off and do it again while you two are married, of course, I think everybody prefers to have some sort of company or comfort with them, okay? And so when you come into their life, I feel like they're really going to be like, oh, finally, it's the end of that loneliness. Like, you know, I can finally have somebody with me sometimes, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I think that's really cute. I think that's really wonderful. Let's see how else they will be with you. Okay, people who picked pile number 3, how is their future spouse going to be like? How is their future spouse like? Okay, definitely a hard worker. Definitely a hard worker. Jesus. Usually if it spits out this many cards, I put it back, but I have a feeling that these are meant for you. So give me a second while I look at these. Oh, we have the Tower here. All right, so to start off, we have the 5, 6, 7 of Wands. So this card is about working till you get to the top. It's about triumph. It's about having lots of competition. There we go. That's the word. It's about having lots of competition and feeling like maybe you're not good enough, but you are good enough and you just have to keep working to the top. So that's kind of where they're at right now. Like they understand, like they want to build their foundation. Maybe they feel like they're not as knowledgeable as they'd like to be. Maybe they feel like they don't have as much experience as they'd like in their line of work or in school or whatever. We also have 8 of Wands, okay? So they have a very beautiful heart space. I feel like they definitely allow their heart to lead them over their head. If something moves their heart, then they're more inclined to act on it. 3 of Cups, okay? So to me, this is the card of just allowing things to happen, trying not to drown in your emotions at the same time. So like trying to like go with the flow and trying to like relax into it and enjoy it, but also to look into yourself, because I don't know if you can see here, but there's like an eyeball in the cup, so they're like peering into their emotions, okay? So like this person, like they definitely self-reflect quite a bit. They try to balance their emotions because they're very, very emotional. I feel like they're extremely emotional. They lead with their heart, like I said. So they try to do a lot of self-reflection to keep themselves in check. So they're like, okay, like, am I being too emotional? Or, or am I just like not being emotional enough? Like, I feel like they try to regulate their emotional river inside of themselves, and while trying to go with the flow, but at the same time like doing self-work and things like that. So I feel like they go through life very well. They don't fight against things, but they also don't just accept everything. I feel like they have like a really good balance of like, okay, like what self-work do I need to be done, and what self-work do I need to get done, and what should I just be going with right now, if that makes sense. We also have Page of Swords. So like this is telling me like they have a very quick mental wit as well. They also might be really funny, but they're really quick to like get themselves out of sticky situations and to figure out what they need to be done, what they need to get done. And they don't always let their heart rule their space. They probably allow their heart to rule it most of the time, but not all of the time, okay? And they still have a very like quick like thought process. Like they know like da-da-da-da-da. Like they know everything. Like even if you guys like joke around with each other and tell like have inside jokes or just like witty banter, like they're really, really quick to go with that. Like they're very, very smart, very, very intelligent. But because we have the Tower here, I definitely feel like, again, and it's the same with the end of a tough cycle approaches, I feel like meeting you is going to be a Tower moment for them, okay? So they're building up this foundation right now, but it's not the foundation they're going to need for the rest of their lives, even though they think it is. And so meeting you is going to be like a aha kind of moment for them. Like, oh, like I should have been building my life for this instead. Like, I feel like you're going to help take them into a completely different direction. And what was the card in the bottom? Haha, 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, again, I feel like everything is going to be very fair in this relationship. Like finances are going to be very fair in this relationship, and the give and take in love is going to be very fair as well, okay? All right, let's see. One more for you guys. People who picked pile number 3. What is their future spouse like? I think it's this one. Okay, follow your family like an elephant. They will protect you from any and all danger. Don't be afraid to be yourself during this time. You are protected and supported. All right, so I feel like this is a message more like for you, okay? And so like this is letting you know that your partner is going to be like your family. They're going to protect you. And you're going to be able to be your true authentic self around them, okay? So if you've had a hard time in the past, like being yourself around people, or like people haven't really accepted you, or it's just kind of difficult, then you're not going to have any problem with this person. And this person is going to accept you 100% for who you are. They're going to protect you when you need it. They're going to protect you and your family. Even your friends, I hear, pets. I also feel like they're going to lead you in times of darkness as well, okay? So like this person is very much like somebody who wants to rescue you and keep you happy and keep you safe and healthy. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, all that jazz. If you would like a personal reading, my information is down below. You can just email me. I usually charge about a minute each, like $1 a minute each. And then like $5 for like the upload charge, because it is a video, and then like getting the set ready and editing and things like that. Okay, so like a 30-minute reading is going to be $35, and I have other options of payment than just PayPal, okay? So if PayPal doesn't work for you, we can definitely do something else about that, all right? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys tune in again. Bye-bye.